Now let's do a new topic within expected values called expected value of a function. Expected value of a function. Okay, so let's look at the definition of it. If the random variable x has a set of possible values, if a random variable x has a set of possible values b and the probability mass function is p of x, then the expected value of any function h of x, the expected value of any function h of x is given by e of h of x or mu of h of x. It is nothing but summation h of x into p of x as x takes values over the domain D. So now in the last lecture we were finding the expected value of a random variable x. In the lecture right now we are finding the expected value of a function of x. I repeat, in the last lecture we found the expected value of random variable x. In this lecture we find the expected value of some function of x. So let that function be h of x. And suppose my random variable x takes possible values d and its probability mass function is p of x. Then my expected value will be e of h of x or mu of h of x, which will be summation as x takes values in the domain D, h of x into p of x. I hope it's clear to everyone. Any doubts in the definition, please ask. Okay, then we can do a numerical on it. So let's do a practice question. So if you can see in the lecture note also, there is an example given. A computer store has purchased 3 types of computers at $500 a piece. Okay, so 3 computers are purchased. 3 computers are purchased at the rate of $500 a piece. And they are sold for $1,000 a piece. Okay, and the question also tells us the manufacturer has agreed to repurchase. The manufacturer has agreed to repurchase any computers still unsold after a specified price of $200 a piece. Okay, question tells us let X denote the number of computers sold, and we are given the probability mass function P of 0 is 0.1, P of 1 is 0.2, P of 2 is 0.3 and P of 3 is 0.4. We are given the probability mass function. The question asks us find the expected profit. Find the expected profit. So let me quickly discuss the question with you once. A computer store has purchased 3 computers at $500 a piece, and the computer store sells it to the public for $1,000 a piece. लेकिन जो कंप्यूटर्स नहीं बिक पाए उनको मैन्युफैक्चरर वापस से बाय कर लेगा फॉर $200 a piece. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने 3 कंप्यूटर्स परचेज करे लेकिन मेरे मार्केट में सिर्फ 2 ही सेल करे, तो एक बच गया, जो एक कंप्यूटर बच गया जो किसी ने बाय नहीं करा उसको मैन्युफैक्चरर बाय कर लेगा फॉर $200 a piece. So let X denote the number of computers sold. P of 0 is 0.1, P of 1 is 0.2, P of 2 is 0.3 and P of 3 is 0.4. इसका मतलब probability that no computer is sold is 0.1, probability that one computer is sold is 0.2 and so on. Find the expected profit. Now, first of all of you should know what's the formula for profit. Profit is nothing but revenue minus cost. How much is my revenue? If I sell X pieces, I get a revenue of 1000X, and जो मेरे पास unsold है, जो नहीं बिके, कितने नहीं बिके? 3 minus X are not sold. Guys, there are 3 computers. Out of 3 computers, if X computers are sold in the market, how many are unsold? 3 minus X. Who will buy them? The manufacturer. And what is the price the manufacturer is willing to pay? $200. So this will be 200 into 3 minus X. This is my revenue. And what is my cost? I have bought 3 computers for $500 a piece. So my profit is 1000X plus 200 into 3, 600 minus 200X minus 1500. So that makes it 800X minus 900. This is my profit. I can call it as H of X. Therefore, profit is equal to H of X is equal to 800X minus 900. I hope till here it's clear to everyone, so I can erase off the question now because you all know the question now. Now our objective is to find expected profit. We have till now found the profit function. What we have found till now is the profit function. We are now interested in finding the expected profit. So therefore expected profit E of H of X, which will be summation H of X into P of X. Okay, which will be, as X goes on from 0 to 3, because there are 3 computers. So it will be H of 0 into P of 0 plus H of 1 into P of 1 plus H of 2 into P of 2 plus H of 3 into P of 3. Now H of 0 will be minus 900 into P of 0 is 0.1 plus H of 1 will be minus 100 into P of 1 is 0.2. H of 2 will be, if I put 2 here, it's 1600 minus 900, that makes it 700 into P of 2 is 0.3 plus H of 3. H of 3 will be 2400 minus 900. So 2400 minus 900 will be 1500. So plus 1500 into P of 3 will be 0.4. So using a calculator, please find this and please confirm that it comes out to be $700. It comes out to be $700. That means the computer store will make an average profit of $700. Now, any student who has any doubt in this, please ask. You can, I am giving you 30 seconds. You can ask your doubts, and using calculators, please verify that it comes out to be $700.
Sir, will we find the variance as well in further questions with this method?
Obviously, yes.
Okay, sir.
Anyone else have any doubt? Quickly ask. I can erase it now. 30 seconds have gone. Okay. Rules of expected value. Basically, we should know some properties of expected value. Actually, you know them, it's just kind of a revision for you. The first is expected value of a linear function ax plus b. All of us know. What will it be? It will be a times expected value of x plus b. Okay. So proof for this. Consider by definition what is expected value of ax plus b. It will be summation ax plus b into p of x. अभी हमने यही पढ़ा था ना, recall that expected value of h of x is summation h of x into p of x. So expected value of ax plus b will be summation ax plus b into p of x, which I can write summation ax into p of x plus b into p of x. I have just multiplied the terms. This will be summation ax p of x plus summation b p of x. A is a constant, it comes out of the summation. B is a constant, it comes out of the summation. What is summation x into p of x? It's nothing but e of x. And what is summation p of x? This is equal to 1. So my answer is just B. So therefore, expected value of ax plus b is a times expected value of x plus b. Corollary for us to understand. First point, for any constant a, expected value of ax is equal to a times expected value of x, and for any constant b, expected value of x plus b is equal to expected value of x plus b. Okay, so for any constant a, expected value of ax is equal to a times expected value of x, and for any constant b, expected value of x plus b will be e of x plus b. So doubts in this, please ask. If you have not understood the proof, corollary, anything, please ask before I erase it off. I hope that's clear to everyone. Okay, then now let us move on to the portion which was most awaited among you all. Okay, variance of x. Variance of x. So let the random variable x have the probability mass function p of x and the expected value as e of x, which is equal to mu x. Then the variance of the random variable x is defined as variance of x denoted by sigma square x is nothing but expected value of x minus mu square. It is expected value of x minus mu square. What will expected value of x minus mu square be? Summation x minus mu square into p of x. as x takes values in the domain D. Again, guys, recall, all of you recall, expected value of h of x is summation h of x into p of x. So expected value of x minus mu square will be summation x minus mu square into p of x, where mu denotes the expected value and sigma square denotes the variance. And the standard deviation of x is defined as sigma x, which is nothing but positive square root of sigma square x. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Any doubts, please feel free to ask. Any doubts to anyone in the definition for variance? Please ask. Okay, then I can erase it off. Let's do the next thing. Shortcut formula for sigma square. This was the definition. We are now doing the formula. Shortcut formula for sigma square. So look at the statement. Variance of x, which is sigma square, is expected value of x square minus expected value of x cos square. Okay, this is a shortcut formula. Sigma square is expected value of x square minus expected value of x cos square. Okay, so look at the proof. All of you should do the proofs very well. Okay, so consider, guys, by definition, what is sigma square? By definition, it is expected value of x minus mu square. So I can write summation x minus mu square into p of x, as x takes values in the domain D. I hope it's clear. Okay, now we can use the formula. What is a minus b square? A minus b square is a square plus b square minus 2ab into p of x. This will be summation x square p of x plus mu square p of x minus 2 mu x p of x. Now I can separate, I can open up the brackets. This will be summation x square p of x plus mu square is a constant, so it comes out of the summation, and again minus 2 mu is a constant, it comes out of the summation. Now guys, what is this? This is nothing but expected value of x square. Expected value of x square will be summation x square into p of x plus mu square into what is summation p of x? 1 minus 2 mu into, guys, what is summation x into p of x? It's nothing but mu only. Mu is nothing but summation x into p of x. So this becomes expected value of x square plus mu square minus 2 mu square, which is expected value of x square minus mu square, which is expected value of x square minus mu. I can write expected value of x cos square. So hence proved. I hope all students are clear with the proof. We started with the definition. What's the definition? This is the definition. We started with the definition and we have derived the shortcut formula. So in the exam, you don't need to find the answer using the definition. You can just use this formula to find variance. It's expected value of x square minus expected value of x cos square. Any doubts? Please unmute your mic and ask.
So instead of mu, can we write expected value of x? Then we
Yeah,
can
you
write it
can.
as whole.
You can.
Okay. Sir.
Anyone else has any doubt? Yes? No doubts? So let's do a practice question now on this. Practice question you can also see in the lecture note. A library has an upper limit of 6 on the number of videos that can be checked out to an individual at one time. So let X denote the number of videos checked out to a randomly selected individual. Let X denote the number of videos checked out to a randomly selected individual. And we are given the probability mass function of X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the values taken by X, and P of X is given to us. Okay, let me not write it like this because we need to solve it here only. So let me write it like this in the vertical version. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And my P of X is 0.3, 0.25, 0.15, 0.05, 0.10, and 0.15. This is my X and P of X given to me. The question asks me find the expected value of X and variance. So this is the question, this is what the question asks. So how will I find expected value of X? Now very simple. So first of all, let me utilize some space. We are already constrained by space here. The question asks us find expected value of X and variance. So expected value of X is summation X into P of X. We can quickly find X into P of X. It will be 0.3, 0.25 into 2, 0.5, 0.15 into 3, 0.45, 4 into 0.05, 0.2, this will be 0.5, and this will be 6 into 0.15, which is 0.9. Now let us add them up. Add them up and see what it comes out to be. It comes out to be 2.85. So my answer is 2.85. Now how will I find variance of X? Sigma square will be expected value of X square minus expected value of X का square. अब expected value of X square कैसे निकलेगा? We need to find X square first. So X square will be 1, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16, 25 and 36. So we now need to find X square into P of X. X square into P of X means we'll multiply this column with this column. So let's quickly start. 0.3 into 1 is 0.3, 0.25 into 4 is 1, 0.15 into 9 is 1.35, 0.05 into 16 is 0.8. Okay, this will be 2.5. And this will be 0.15 into 36, which will be 5.4. So let's quickly add up and check what it comes out. It comes out as 11.35 if I'm not wrong. I request you all also to cross check it once. So this will be expected value of x square is 11.35 minus expected value of x car square. Expected value of x is 2.85 car square. So this will be 11.35 minus 2.85 into 2.85. That makes it 8.1225. And if I subtract, it comes out to be 3.2275. I hope in the lecture note also this is coming as the possible answer. Yeah, it's 3.2275. So this is my answer. I hope all students are clear with this. Any doubts to anyone in this question, please unmute your mic and ask. Okay, then let's quickly move on. And let's do the variance rules. Just as we have done the expected value rules, we are now doing the variance rules. Okay, so variance of ax plus b, which we denote as sigma square ax plus b, is nothing but a square into variance of x. Why? Because we know variance of a constant b is 0. Variance of a constant is always 0. So variance of ax plus b will be a square times variance of x. Standard deviation of ax plus b will be mod of a into standard deviation of x. So variance of ax plus b will be a square into variance of x, and standard deviation of ax plus b will be mod a times standard deviation of x. I can write a corollary. Corollary basically tells you that how can we move to a specific case from a general case. So if I have to find just sigma square of ax or variance of ax, what will that be? A square times variance of x. And if I have to, and my standard deviation, sigma ax will be mod a times sigma x. This was my first corollary. Second corollary is sigma square of x plus b, or variance of x plus b will be just equal to variance of x only. Variance of x plus b will be exactly equal to variance of x, which is nothing but sigma square. Similarly, standard deviation of x plus b will exactly be equal to standard deviation of x. So this is a corollary which we can obtain from the basic rule. Okay, and the last thing we do, after which we stop, remember the computers example we had done? Okay, let's do one last practice question. Let the same computer example, let x denote the number of computers sold with the probability mass function given as, the probability mass function was given to us, remember, 0, 1, 2, 3, and the probability mass function was 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. The question asks us, find expected value of x, variance of x, and find the variance of the profit function. Remember the same thing I'm just quickly revising. Every computer was purchased. It was purchased at $500 a piece. It was sold at $1,000 a piece, and the unsold computers were bought by the manufacturers for $200 a piece. It's the same question we are doing, which we have already done before in the lecture. So expected value of x we know, summation x into p of x. So x into p of x will be 0, 0.2, 0.6 and 1.2. If you add them up, it comes out to be 0.2 plus 0.6 plus 1.2, which is 2. How will I find the variance? Variance will be expected value of x square minus expected value of x star square. First, we'll find x square, which is 0, 1, 4, and 9. Then we'll find x square into px. That means this column multiplied by this column, 0, 0.2, 12, 1.2, and this will be 3.6. Total it comes out to be 2 plus 2, 4, 6, 10, and 5. So this will be expected value of x square, which is 5, minus expected value of x car square, which means 2 car square. So this will be 5 minus 4, which is 1. Recall, guys, what was the profit function coming out to be? The profit function was 800x minus 900. We had derived this profit function in our video lecture before. We had derived this profit function in our video lecture before. So what will variance of h of x be? Variance of 800x minus 900, which will be 800 ka square into variance of x. 800 square will be 64 with 4 zeros into variance of x is 1. So my variance of the profit is $640,000. This is my answer. My variance of the profit function is $640,000. This was our profit function. I can write it like this. My profit function was h of x, which was 800x minus 900. So I hope all students are clear. This is where I stop in the lecture today. Okay.